Okay, so for those of you that don't know a little bit about me, I spent quite a few years in retail, retail management, start at the bottom, cashiering, stocking, doing all types of things like that. So I just wanted to talk about some funny stuff that happens in retail. And most people understand what it's like to be a customer, but a lot of people, say the majority of people, have not worked in retail for a number of years, experienced the different seasons, different type of customers that you deal with, and the funny things that happen. So I just want to go over a couple things that might make you think a little differently about, maybe how you treat managers or cashiers, people that work in a retail environment, grocery stores, drugstores, fast food, um, any type of place where people are in the customer service industry. So one thing I want to talk about a little bit is something that we call go backs, and those are items that get put in a shopping cart, a handbasket, or underneath the register that people don't want to buy. But they're originally going to buy when they came up to the register. So it's an extra job that you have at the grocery store. You'll find stuff in aisles. Just randomly, you might find ice cream on a warm food aisle. You might find all kinds of stuff underneath your registers, stuck on the magazine racks. It's one of the natures of the beast. It's the way it is in the profession. You're gonna have go backs. You're gonna have to put them away. I try real hard when I shop, just because I've been in retail for a long time, to not bring go backs up to the register. If I'm going to buy the item, I know the price and I'm going to buy it. So just makes things a little bit simpler. Little point of view. That's one section of retail called go backs. It's interesting. I'll tell you that. Another thing is change, or when you're handing money to cashiers. So it's not really a pet peeve, and it's not really a must do. A lot of people don't think about it at all, but I remember when I first started cashiering a long time ago, maybe early 2000s. And I remember people would put money down on the counter when they're going to pay. Most people pay debit or credit, something like that. Some people still write checks, but some people put money straight down on the counter, and that's kind of crazy because you put your hand out and you kind of expect someone to put it in your hand. Some people don't want to touch you. Some people are like germaphobe, things like that. They just kind of put it on the counter. Now, the weird thing is, at a lot of establishments and retail places, restaurants, sometimes the counter and where you stand at your cash register is a long distance in between, so you really have to lean to like grab the item. So something that I've never done before, but I've always wanted to do, and now I'm out of retail, so I don't really have to worry about it anymore. But is to put all the change that people give me, I'll take it and put it in my register, and then when I need to give them back change and I pull it out of the till, I like to put that on the counter, and then just see their reaction. Most people might not think about it, but then other people might actually look at it and be like, "Ah, I can't believe that this cashier would put this on the counter. My hand was ready to receive this money." So I've never done it, but that's just something I kind of would want to do. Just from all the years of having to pick up pennies and quarters and everything off the counter, and no one ever realizing that, your hand's already out and I'm ready to just take it in my hand. Just something kind of funny I might share with everybody. Another one I want to kind of go over with is, let's say you're stocking something on an aisle. Now you realize, obviously your job is customer service and you try to make customer happy, within the rules and policies of, the store that you're working at. So people might say, I know you're busy, but, or they might say, excuse me, oh, do you work here? Or they might say, I had a question. I'm not sure if you could answer it. Are you a manager? Can you call a manager? And it's so funny because, you're obviously wearing a uniform. You obviously have a name tag. Your name tag, at least the stores that I've worked at, it always has a title on it. I'm more than happy to help people, and I've always helped people. I'll walk them to the item. I'll give them the item. I'll tell them the price if they ask. I'll tell them if there's a discount on it. If they buy more, save more, and things like that. It's just funny people's reactions, and I think a lot of people, don't really like shopping, and it's kind of uncomfortable for them. Some people love shopping, and they like really make it part of their day, and they'll talk to you and really good to get along with. But I just thought that's something else interesting to share. Um, Another one is when they ask you what price it is, and it's interesting because every item in every store, at least the stores that I worked in, has always had a price right next to the item, and then they'll ask you for the price, and you try to keep a straight face and just be as nice as possible and say, oh, this one is, 199. Let me double check, and and you look at the price and everything like that, and you go ahead and tell them. And sometimes there'll be items on a clearance rack that have stickers, and it'll say 25% off, 199. And then they'll kind of ask you, well, what's 25% off 199? And I go, okay, well, 25% off $1 would be like 75 cents basically. So 25% off 199 would be like 50 cents off. So that's that would be the price. And then they're like, so what's the price? And I'll be like 150, and then they'll find items that are on the clearance rack that don't have a sticker at all, and those items are going to be not on clearance. So if you tell them that they're not on clearance, they're like, "Can you double check?" And that you're a manager, that the item's not on clearance, and that a person throughout the day or somebody put it on the clearance rack. But items that are on the clearance rack, they have a sticker, right? So that's just another thing that's kind of interesting. And people that I love, that I think are awesome, is people that will be thoughtful, and they'll clean up after themselves. They won't leave go backs throughout the store. They try to put the shopping carts in the correct corrals. They don't, eat grapes or eat cherries throughout the store, or open up the food and leave a mess. And I'll be cool if you eat the food that is not weighed, and then you purchase it so that it weighs less. But if you're gonna buy a package and you're gonna eat something, okay, fine. But at least if it's an item that you scan and it's not, per pound, you can't kick everybody out for eating. It's tough. It's a two-edged sword. You want to gain customers and you want to treat them 100% correct. At the same time, it's frustrating because, us as employees, if we were to eat stuff like that before paying it, it would be stealing. It'd be called grazing, and we'd be fired. So, it's a catch 22 on that one. It's okay for certain people. It's not okay for other people, and there's so much I could talk about retail, from all the years, and, shoplifting, and I could mention all that type of things. Obviously I spent a lot of years, like over 17 years in retail. So I just thought I'd share some of the stuff with you and tell you, a few stories of how I see things, and I hope it brightens up your night and just you get a kick out of it, as an employee's point of view, over the years. So you guys have an awesome night. Just wanted to share that with you. Later.